All right, I'll holler at you later. What up, bitches? It's the Sly Douglas, aka the Commissioner of all commissioners, aka the Black Mamba according to Fredo Garcia, aka the Freshest according to Kevin Patterson, aka the Slizzard according to Enrique and Mo, aka Sleazy Up the Heezy according to Carlos, aka Double O Negro according to Shelby Hines. We had another good week of football where Mr. Game of the Week himself, Darius Morris, knew he was going to get his behind handed to him by the return of Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham. Lost by 70 points. But both teams are both 6-2. Both teams are both in first place. Both teams will be playing. Let's see who they will be playing. Mr. Game of the Week will be playing the Ballot Draftorian, who is sitting at 5-3, comfortably in second place. He also made some moves to try to better his team, and he's only one game back of first place. Faith and Breezes plays the original Dantada. The original Dantada is back. I don't know what happened to the Sky. I don't know what happened to that organization. I don't know what the hell the Sky was. I thought it was the female basketball team in Chicago. But because you all talk so cold about Carlos Ramirez, and because the commission himself put up a video of Carlos Ramirez on The Price is Right bidding $250,000, it made him awaken and come back as the original Dentada. I was going to make this video earlier, but he said, this is Carlos Ramirez. He said, stop the presses, yo. Before you make your address, there's going to be some news that's about to go down. And in the last 25 minutes, Carlos Ramirez has traded some players away for some draft picks. He realizes that maybe this team is not Super Bowl worthy. They may not be playoff worthy. And instead of just sitting there and just wilting away, plan for the future. That is the purpose of this league, is to plan for the future. That's why the commission has created as such, so you can create your destiny. Okay? The champion beat Enrique Valadares by almost 30 points. He's sitting pretty in second place behind Faith as Breezes. And the question remains to be seen, will the trade for T.Y. Hilton, who is now a #1 receiver with the departure of Reggie Wayne, is that going to make him a #1 receiver? Is he going to elevate his game? And hopefully Hanks jumps on that. We will see the ramifications of that. This week, the champ has off the blank struggle faces. My man Shelby Hines. Woo! God bless the child. I mean, what a great victory. I mean, they poured Gatorade on the boy after the victory last week over the original Dantada. I mean, Shelby beat the boy so bad that Carlos changed his organizations from the Sky to the Dantada. And so, with that one victory, Shelby Hines has doubled his win total from 1 to 2. Boy, it's cooking. And as the early line suggests, it's really a football game between he and the champ. We'll see what happens. Oh, by the way, we had a good weekend, boys. Good weekend. I couldn't be as ratchet as I was because one of us decided to bring our sand to the beach. One of us decided to bring our water to the beach. One of us decided to bring our sandwiches to a picnic. One of us decided to bring a motorcycle to a car show. One of us decided to bring alcohol to a dry event. And who was that man? Author blank struggle faces. I guess when your football team is this sad, you just got to have your woman by your side all the time. All right, and we moving on. We are moving on. Fredo Garcia. The boy is 4-4 with Manning Bot and Wesley. 4-4 going into the bye week without Manning Bot and Wesley. What is he going to do this week against the new rival, a burning rival? I ran 4.2 in the 40 at Trumbull. Not at Coonley Elementary. Not at Good News Elementary. Not outside Robinson. The boy ran the 4.2 in the 40 outside of Trumbull. And they only got 50 yards of space in the backyard. But Kevin is licking his wounds after a solid defeat last week. But he didn't have his team last week. So we're going to see if this team can keep it rolling and win, what is it, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 4, keep this momentum thing going. If this team beats Fredo, all of a sudden they're tied in the win-loss column with Kevin having the tiebreaker. This is a big deal. Kevin needs to pull out this game without Wesley and Manning Bot. If you can't beat this boy, Kevin Patterson, if the 4.2 and the 40 ain't fast enough to beat Manning all over your Tatum without the Manning, it's just all over your Tatum. It's not even Manning all over your Tatum. It's just Manning all over your Tatum. Then I don't know if this team is worthy of the dance. And last matchup of the week is Enrique Valadares playing the Polk High All-Americans, the All-State Al Bundys. This is one of the problems with having multiple players on one team. If they do well, you do well. But when they do bad, you're struggling. And when they go on by, you are in trouble. So either Enrique Valadares has to spend a little money, or he might just chalk this one up as a loss and not lose any of his players. We will see on Christmas what his verdict will be. Okay, I talked about all the matchups. I talked about Hank's office at Struggle Faces. I talked about Game of the Week at Valid Draftorian. I talked about all over your Tatum, because it's not Manning all over your Tatum. It's just all over your Tatum at 420 in the 40. I've talked about Faith and Breezes versus the original Don Dada. It's good to have the boy back. Oh, and by the way, we heard you got a little cutie with the booty who knows how to write, read. She has all her teeth. She's a college-educated sorority girl. Woo! That boy is winning. I guess the woman has his swagger back. The original Don Dada. And of course, we talked about Smell My Marks at the Polk High All-Americans. So, the Commissioner's Game of the Week. Yeah, you guessed it. The Commissioner's Game of the Week is Mr. Game of the Week himself versus the Valid Draftorian. Two teams that are in the top 3, top 4 in the power rankings, fighting for supremacy in a very difficult division where everybody in the division except for Arthur Blank Struggle Faces is at least 500, oh, it's going to be going down. And the early line says it's an even matchup, 1 point. On the road, you don't worry about that. That is an even matchup. We're going to see what goes down starting on Thursday. All right, so if you want to talk some trash, you are a bum. 2000 is the password. I leave it on the page. You are a bum 2000. Calvary Fantasy Sports, all one word. I hope you ladies know how to spell Calvary Fantasy Sports. I have not heard from Kevin Patterson. I have not heard from Enrique Valadares. I have not heard from Guillermo Garcia. I have not heard from Fredo Garcia. I ain't heard from any Garcia. I haven't heard from the Garcia family tree, including Joseph Lynch. All right, so it's been 11 minutes. I actually tried to talk some football this week. If you look below, I may have some more comments in response to something. All right, so until next week, boys. It's been the commish, a.k.a. Dr. Oliphant Jr., a.k.a. the Dean of Medicine Jr., the Apprentice. I'm out. Peace.